ketogenic diet, right? It has become so popular now, and for weight loss, for obesity. And if you look at the research, actually, this is not something new fad. It was actually designed in 1921 by Dr. Russell Wilder. So we are actually going to talk to someone who has been doing keto diet for weight loss, and she's going to share her own story. So just wait for 1 second. All right, I'm going to have Amber Wentworth. She actually went through back and forth on her weight loss journey. Hi, Amber. How are you?
Hey, hi, Mary. How are you?
Great, great, great. Well, I was just telling our viewers that keto diet has become such a fad, but it's not something new, right? It was since
No.
like 1921.
It's been around for a very long time. It was kind of used for epilepsy in children.
Wow. So tell us, this is Amber, and Amber has had her own journey, right? So we would love to hear your journey in the sense, like, I was reading on your blog, you went through ups and downs of your weight loss. And so just tell us, how did you stumble into keto diet?
Yeah, I kind of have an interesting story with that. I had struggled for about 40 years with health issues and weight issues since I was like 10 years old. So 40 years, I tried every diet out there. I did Weight Watchers so many times, it was ridiculous. I've tried everything. I'm not kidding you. Medical diets, Slim Fast, you name it. So I was at my wit's end. I was ready to give up and I was destined to be fat and unhealthy. And so I just was about to the point of accepting that. And then my daughter stumbled across somebody who was selling some exogenous ketones. I had no clue what that was. I didn't know what a ketone was, no clue. But I decided, okay, if you're going to try it, I'm going to give it one more time. That's it. I'm done. That's it. Well, I did it. And after a couple of days, I was like, oh my good gosh, I feel so amazing. Whatever this ketone stuff is amazing. I felt wonderful. I felt euphoric. I felt free. I didn't have cravings. I didn't have hunger. My mood was crazy good. And it was just I felt like I was like in this whole nother world. I had color again. It was amazing. So I started doing research into this. What is a ketone? What is this thing?
Yeah.
And then I stumbled across the ketogenic diet, and I started understanding that my own body could do the same thing as what this product was doing. And I was like, get out of here. So I started kind of moving more towards a ketogenic diet until I was full-blown keto diet, and I was sold. I was absolutely sold. I lost like 80 pounds.
Wow.
I got off 2 of my blood pressure medications. I was on 3. I was off my acid reflux medications. I only had 1 medication left before I transitioned into carnivore, and my rosacea had improved. I mean, my life was like, wow. And after that point, and because I had never heard of keto, it became my life's mission to talk about it and to tell other people that maybe perhaps if they aren't getting the results that they need, whether it be weight loss or health, maybe there's something else they can try, because it wasn't out there. I mean, this last actual, I don't know what, 2 years, all of a sudden keto is splashed across the front pages of magazines and, the Inquirer and all those kind of crazy things. And so it's more mainstream now. But the one thing that I find very disturbing is they're promoting it like a fad diet. And I don't really appreciate that, because they're treating it just like any other, gossip rag type of silly diet out there. And it's not when you do it correctly. And I find that very disturbing. But, this has been, the most amazing thing after struggling for so long that I just can't shut up about it.
No, you're great. So I just want to understand the science behind it, right? And you've done so much research. So explain us what exactly is keto, right? I mean, I've read on the blog, right? High fat, moderate protein, limited carb. But what exactly happens when we do all this?
Well, most of us, especially those on SAD diets, are glucose burners because
Yes.
primarily what we eat is carbs. And so your body is burning glucose. And you hear so many people say, oh, that's your body's preferred fuel source. No, it's not that. It's that's what we're providing it. That's actually not true. But with keto, because of the reduction of carbs, it forces the liver to turn your fat into ketones to use for energy.
Oh, okay.
And so you're burning this wonderful energy, the fat on your body, or the fat that you consume, depending on how much fat you have on your body and how much you eat. But you're burning this cleaner fuel for your body, and your body loves this fuel. Yes, there's a few things that need ketones, like some parts of your brain, but your body can make its own glucose. It doesn't need carbs at all. I'm not saying never to eat a carb. I'm saying your body doesn't actually need carbs because we can do that ourselves. Right now, I'm 0 carb, and I'm still, after 2 years, I'm still alive. So, and I am pretty darn good right now. So, yeah.
So, but okay, so just walk us through, and you're carnivore in the sense you eat meat, right? You're carnivores, okay. So this is different philosophy than a plant-based diet. That also is becoming a fad, by the way, like the plant-based protein and the this, and right? Everybody used to be eating chicken and fish, and now suddenly we are becoming vegan country here, So
why not be divided? Everything else is divided right now. Why not plants versus meat? I mean,
Might as well. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's a good way to put it. So what is your, what do you eat during the day?
Right now, okay, let me just explain something about carnivore, just so you understand. It still fits into the keto realm. Carnivore is like at the very far end of carnivore, I mean keto, because most of us are in ketosis, and that's the definition of a keto diet, is being in ketosis. That's the whole point. Well, carnivores, they don't eat carbs, right? And, depending, sometimes if you eat just a gob amount of protein, it does kind of peter out your ketosis. But for the most part, we consider carnivore to be the far end of keto, just so we know. But for me, like, I don't eat breakfast, and at lunch I usually have about an 8-ounce burger with some butter, so just a burger patty with butter. And then dinner, I switch it up. Sometimes I'll have steak. My favorite is filet. Sometimes I'll have another burger, just depending on my mood. Sometimes I have salmon. Last night I had salmon. Sometimes I'll have a New York strip. Sometimes bison, venison, elk. My family is a bunch of hunters, so we have a freezer full of wild game, and sometimes I have pork, and we have wild hog. So basically pretty much everything. I am not really into organs, so a lot of people on carnivore, they really want the organs. I don't really do that. I tried, but I'm not lacking anything. I've tested my vitamins, I've tested everything, and excellent. So I don't feel I need it, so I don't have that. But that's pretty much a typical day for me. I mean, it's very simple. It's so simple.
Yeah, but so it's interesting what you said, like, because you are incorporating intermittent fasting, right? Because now you said you don't eat breakfast, so there is a gap of from your dinner time, let's say, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night or something like that, to all the way to lunch. So you're already giving a 14-hour or some kind of an hour gap. So you're not only doing keto, but you're also practicing intermittent fasting along with keto.
Yeah, it's very natural. It's not a forced thing. It's not a decision thing. It's, I'm not hungry. I am very satiated. I eat, a very nutrient dense diet, and I don't need to eat all day like you do on the SAD diet. And I found the same way with keto too, straight keto. You're just satiated. And you don't need to constantly refuel yourself like you do with a glucose-based diet. So yes, intermittent fasting is just kind of part of it for most of us because you're just not hungry.
Someone has a question. Can you read it? It just flew away. I think some ketosis should limit protein. That's a question I can see from here. Can you see that?
Yeah. No. Okay.
Okay.
No, don't limit your protein. It's not about that. And see, this is the problem too, I feel with straight keto. I
Mm-hmm.
think the protein amount that what the typical keto formula is,
Mm-hmm.
25% of your calories is not enough. It is just not enough. And that's something I now understand.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was straight keto, I was very fearful of, whoa, too much protein, going to kick me out of ketosis. Number one, you do not have to be in ketosis 24/7. You
I
don't.
see.
You can
Okay.
still lose weight. You still get benefits. It's not an end all get all like I thought it was when I was first on keto. I did. It was a big thing, and I would calculate everything. It's ridiculous. You don't need to do that. So no, please don't. No, protein is good, and if you're not in ketosis, okay, fine, it's fine. It could be all kinds of different things too. It could be stress, it could be lack of sleep, it could be menopause, it could be other toxins in your body that is actually kicking you out of ketosis. But now they're coming out with more and more research. Protein is good, people. It's good. So yeah, don't fall in that trip of oh my gosh, cut out protein because and I was in that trap, so I can say this. So eat your protein. It's good.
Okay. So define ketosis for us now.
Ketosis is when you're burning ketones. So
Okay.
you'll have ketones in your blood,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just forming fuel from your fat. So your
So,
liver
okay.
produces, right, yeah. And like when you do exogenous ketones, that's technically, I guess you could say you're in ketosis, because if you took a blood sample, it would show you're in ketosis. But your liver didn't, you know, form the ketones that you're using. So there is a difference there.
I see. All right. So now, so you also do coaching, right? Help you help other people kind of
I do.
develop the ketogenic diet as well.
Well, right now the coaching I do is specific to carnivore and intermittent fasting. I will be opening up more of a general kind of a nutritional thing, which will include keto, but because I coach through MeatRx, they are only carnivore. So I
Oh,
people who come to me are wanting carnivore. But I will be opening up also for keto, because I do believe keto is a wonderful, wonderful diet plan as well, or lifestyle, should I say, whatever you want to call it. Some people get kind of funny about that, but yeah,
sure, sure.
they're both awesome, and it just kind of depends on what your goals are and what you want to accomplish.
Mhm. So share some recipe with us. Like I know you mentioned on the Texas, and you're probably in Texas right now. So share something that's interesting. For the Texans love.
Well, Texans, they love their barbecue. So
Yes.
brisket is a big one, but I technically don't do any recipes for brisket. We either go get it at one of our favorite places, or my husband does it on the grill. So there's no recipe there, but that's a big one. The other one is Tex-Mex, and yeah, that's a little bit more difficult to have keto or carnivore on. So yeah, so really the two Texas dishes, or at least that I was big into, there's really not much of a recipe. But I will say on my website, I do have keto recipes, because I used to do that. And that's the whole reason I started my website.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have desserts and stuff, which I no longer do that, but I still have them up. I have stuff like chili recipe. Oh, that's one for Texas. I do have a chili recipe on my website.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I couldn't even begin to tell you what everything's in it right now, but I do
Sure.
have that up. And some other, really, the cheesecake. Oh my gosh. If you're looking for just a keto dessert, if you're still doing that, that is the bomb. My husband, that was like his favorite thing. And my kids love that too. But there's some really good recipes on my site. So
Mhm.
if y'all are interested in that, but
Sure, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, to all the viewers who've been tuning in, this is a user story who has gone on ketogenic diet and lost, like what you said, 60 pounds or something.
80,
Or, oh my
80,
God. I
yeah.
can't even begin to think what you look like, 80 plus pounds. Do you have a picture you want to show us?
There
Oh
you go.
my God.
Right
Oh,
there.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, horrifying, but
That
that was
is
me.
unbelievable. That is unbelievable. So we are bringing user stories and real user stories on a particular diet. And ketogenic diet, like Amanda is talking about, is not a fad diet. It's since 1921. Anything else you'd like to summarize and add to the viewers who want to go on a ketogenic diet or do something to lose weight or feel better?
Okay, I also am a real big advocate now, because now I understand just how important health is.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us focus only on the aesthetics, and don't get me wrong, the weight loss is awesome and it feels pretty darn good to wear small clothes, right? That's awesome. I get it. But I focus way too much most of my life trying to fit a certain standard that society expects you to look like.
Yeah,
And
like a size, whatever
yes.
size.
Yes. But in the meantime, I became pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, acid reflux, skin issues, Raynaud's syndrome, so many things wrong, trying to be that skinny person. So I allowed that to dictate my health. And you know, I used to roll my eyes too about, oh, health, okay, whatever, I'll worry about that when I'm old. But now, after being keto and fixing a lot of my issues, and then moving to carnivore and completely fixing pretty much all my issues, just a little bit of rosacea left. I'm no longer on medications. I feel amazing. Like I said, I just got through doing a bunch of blood tests, and everything, my cholesterol, everything is awesome. And I have never felt better. And I'll be 55 in July.
Wow.
So yeah, 55. So, you know, I feel better now than I did in my early 30s, late 20s even. And there is nothing that feels better than being healthy. And until you fully understand what real health feels like, you won't understand this. But trust me when I say it is so much better to be healthy than to be a size 0. It just is.
No, I think that you hit the thing right on the head, is that it's so important to be healthy and not just follow. You know, we all watch these magazines and watch those 0 size models, and then, oh my God, and then you stop eating and all kind of things start happening. But you have to be healthy, to your point, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, and the more people I interview on my podcast, and the more I understand that these people that we idolize, that we think, you know, these fitness models, bodybuilders, they are unhealthy. They are unhealthy emotionally, mentally, and physically. But boy, they look good. They look good. But they will tell you, it was not worth it.
Yes.
And that's why they don't do it anymore, because it destroyed their health and their mental. You know, eating disorders, abundant in that arena. It's very scary. And the thing is, most of us don't really understand what health is, because there's so many people, because they haven't been diagnosed with a disease, they consider themselves healthy. But yet, over, 88% of our population are metabolically damaged?
Yes.
That means 12% are not. So most of us, are fit in that category, right? And so that's not healthy. So when you see these, oh, this person was, you know, was healthy, but they still died from, okay, let's say COVID. Well, were they really healthy? Were they really? And then you see a picture. Number one, most of them are overweight. Okay. And when you're overweight, that pretty much indicates there's an underlying issue. It's not the overweight that caused the issue. The issue caused the overweight. And that's metabolic damage right there. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. We're so thankful to you, to all the people. You know, it gives hope. It gives, you know, inspiration. You know, there's someone they can relate to. And we've been talking about ketogenic diet, and hope you can, you know, listen to Amanda's story again and learn what she did to become amazing. And the way she looks is amazing, and she feels amazing. So yes, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for asking me. I've had a blast.
Great. Yes, me too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, y'all. Thank you for watching.